I'm in Duluth, Minnesota, where a historical marker was unveiled to commemorate the 100-year anniversary of 3 black men being lynched. I had the chance to speak with the founder of this memorial site today, who talked about the connection between this history and what's currently happening across the state of Minnesota.
1920, 2020, Minnesota.
Some say history repeats itself.
George Floyd was guilty until proven innocent. And that's the same experience that the 3 men here in Duluth experienced back in 1920. They were automatically assumed guilty, even though they didn't rape Irene Tusken.
And for months, the nation followed the proceedings of the triple lynchings. But no one was ever convicted for their murders. 100 years later, and the world is watching Minnesota again.
I don't feel safe at all. I do not feel safe. I'm not sure I will ever feel safe. But I have a right to live here.
In Duluth, public safety is the responsibility of Police Chief Mike Tusken. It was his grandfather's sister, Irene, who told the lie that cost 3 innocent men their lives.
A direct descendant of Irene Tusken is the police chief in Duluth, Minnesota. And as an African heritage man who has done a lot of work in this community, that's problematic. Remains problematic. Again, I'm not going to say he's a bad person because that's not the point here. I would have liked the mayor of this city to have considered other qualified folks for that role.
As mayor, I apologize to Mr. Clayton, Mr. Jackson, Mr. McGee, and their families for the unjust system that was never, ever set up to keep them alive.
When Mayor Larson gave that apology, it's okay to give an apology. However, I'm still concerned about unemployment rates, graduation rates, homeownership rates for African heritage people in Duluth, Minnesota. If the conditions are still dire, then it just becomes an apology that really hasn't gone anywhere.
Henry Banks remains hopeful, but says the only way forward is through truth and accountability.
We have to keep fighting for justice and mercy.
Now, we did reach out to the mayor's office for comment on this story. However, we did not receive a response. In Duluth, Minnesota, I'm Georgia Ford.